Number 20, enforcing the victory. Our responsibility is to enforce the victory as we also meet the powers of darkness. It is interesting to know that Jesus used the same word luo to describe what we, the church, are to do through spiritual warfare. I will give you the keys to the kingdom of heaven, and whatever you bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. Matthew 16:19. The word loose in the verse is luo. Now the question is, did Christ luo the works of the devil, or do we luo the works of the devil? The answer is yes. Although Jesus fully accomplished the task of breaking the authority of the devil and voiding his legal hold upon the human race, someone on earth must represent him in that victory and enforce it. With this in mind, and remembering that the Hebrew word for intercession, paga, means to meet, let's state it this way. We, through prayers of intercession, yes, we meet the powers of darkness, enforcing the victory Christ accomplished when he met them in his work of intercession. That is exactly what took place at my friend's house whose daughter was possessed. See, we met the powers of darkness and enforced the victory of the cross. This is exactly what took place several years ago on the island of Guam. A friend of mine pointed out a vibrant, healthy young woman and told me the following story. When he first saw her just a few months prior to this time, she was paralyzed from the neck down. She could move her head slightly but could not speak. The young lady had been this way for 2 years, my friend told me. Now, the puzzling thing was doctors could find nothing physically wrong with her to cause such a problem. My friend, who was visiting the church as a guest speaker, discerned that the cause was demonic. Not knowing the church's position about such matters, so he discreetly approached this wheelchair-bound young lady, knelt next to her, and whispered in her ear. As he did, he was going between intercession, her, and the powers of darkness, meeting them with the power of Christ. He prayed, "Devil, I break luo, your hold over this young lady. In the name of Jesus, I command you to loose luo, your hold over her, and let her go." No manifestation or immediate change occurred. A week later, however, she was able to move her arm a little. The following week, she was moving her arms normally and her legs slightly. The recovery continued for a month until she was totally free and well, see. She then told my friend the following details about the cause of her condition and why the doctors could not find a responsible explanation. Her words exactly. A teacher in my school, who was also a witch doctor, made a sexual advance toward me. When I refused, he grew angry and told me if I didn't have sex with him, he would put a curse on me. She knew nothing about such things and didn't think about it. A short time later, however, this condition of paralysis, she was paralyzed. It came upon her. Her inability to speak prevented her from communicating with anyone about what had taken place. Now, what happened to bring about this girl's freedom? An individual stepped between this young lady and the powers of darkness, meeting them in the name of Jesus, enforcing his victory. That's intercession, see. A meeting can be a good and pleasant experience, or it can be a violent confrontation between opposing forces. The intercessor is either going to meet with God for the purpose of reconciling the world to the Father and his wonderful blessings, or he is going to meet satanic forces of opposition to enforce the victory at Calvary. The purpose will vary. Listen, the purpose will vary, but one thing is for certain. The prayers of the understanding intercessor will create a meeting, and when the meeting comes to a close, something will have changed. Don't be intimidated by the size of the giant. Jesus has qualified you to represent him. And don't be intimidated by the past failures. Be like the small boy playing in the backyard with his bat and ball. He says, I am the greatest baseball player in the world. And he said it proudly. Then he tossed the ball in the air, swung, and missed. Undaunted, he picked up the ball, threw it in the air again, and said to himself, I am the greatest baseball player ever. He swung at the ball and missed again. He paused a moment, examined the bat and the ball carefully. Then once again he threw the ball in the air and said, I'm the greatest baseball player who ever lived. He swung the bat hard and again missed the ball. Wow, he exclaimed. What a pitcher I am. Deny unbelief, see. Access, you can do it. Have a prayer meeting. Have a prayer meeting, see.